The Project Tribute Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to aiding our nation's first responders. Our vision and mission is to enhance the life-saving capabilities of our first responders through raising awareness and funding for the life-saving work that they do. Our goal with the podcast is to be an educational avenue and a method for our heroes to express themselves. In the podcast, we will discuss various tough subjects. Some of the subjects may be uncomfortable or controversial. Our guests have the right to share their thoughts and ideas, and for our listeners to hear the unedited words of our guests. The Foundation's role is to showcase a diverse array of thoughts and opinions within the first responder community. If you hear something that you do not agree with, please consider reaching out to us at projecttributefoundation@gmail.com and join our podcast. If you're a first responder and you would like to share your story, we truly would love to hear from you and learn from your experiences. Please enjoy this week's show, and as always, like, comment, and share to help us grow. You can find more information at www.projecttribute.com. Thanks and have a great one.
Hello. Welcome back to the Project Tribute podcast. We are here again with our dynamic duo, or two firefighters. Once again,
Barry Campbell.
Ryan Witter.
All right. The dynamic duo, you may remember them from our introduction video that we posted last week. So we are back again, and today we're going to be focusing kind of on how you, as the public, can help these guys out and what training and things you guys should have in order to help them better do their jobs. We're also going to dive into hopefully some call scenarios that they've been on and how they both take care of themselves when they're out of the field. So, what you guys do, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure we do.
Yeah.
Lots of alcohol.
Drink lots of
Yeah,
beer.
that's okay. It happens. So you mentioned, Barry, that a good thing for people to have is CPR training.
Yes.
Is there any additional? Well, first of all, where can somebody go to get some quick CPR training?
So if you're just looking for like an uncertified class, call your local fire department, see if they got any suggestions on where to go. For this area, you can call the local fire department. You can call the ambulance bay. That is two different entities here, and they'll get you pointed in the right direction. You know, if you're needing a certified class for work, then you can call the fire department, or you can look on American Heart Association's website and see if you can find a class that way. And Red Cross also offers a lot of classes. So the big thing for the general public is just hands only CPR, and learning what to do and how to recognize that situation, because early recognition saves lives.
Yeah.
So
what are some situations where it may look like CPR may be necessary?
So if they're obviously, you come across someone that's laying on the ground or at home that doesn't look like they're breathing, then CPR is necessary.
It's like, get to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the most obvious one. Like, if they're laying there not breathing, CPR.
Get to pumping.
Yeah.
Is it still the same going it to staying alive type thing?
Yeah, staying alive is a
or
good
you
one.
can do the new one is what? Baby Shark?
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Oh my
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't want that song in my head. I think I'll stick to staying alive.
Staying alive, I believe, is 107 beats a minute, I think is what it is. So our goal is 100 to 120 compressions every minute.
Yeah.
So 2 compressions every second for those that can't do math.
And hey, good point.
Yeah.
Pops.
I think and the amount of, I'm still certified, but it's been a while since I took the class. You want to be doing it hard enough to where, like, I mean, you're pressing down on them pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, their sternum and everything should be going in.
And
basically.
a lot of people think you're gonna break ribs. You're not really gonna break their ribs.
Yeah.
It might sound like it, it might feel like it, but you're not actually breaking ribs when you do it.
Yeah.
So.
You're keeping them alive.
Yeah. Hell, I'd rather have a broken rib than be dead.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Cross does put on one.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
pretty sure that's who I got
They do.
recertified through. Unless there's like a class going on at the PD or something like
Yeah.
that, and it's cheap too. It's like $20 or something like that.
Yeah, it depends on the certification that you need. Some of them can get pretty pricey.
Really?
but, yeah, depending on like daycares and stuff that got to have
Yeah.
first aid and different things. So the level of licensure dictates the price. So, but if you're doing like a hands-only class, I know there's some. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but there's an entity in town that's working on. They're trying to get things together so they can do free hands-only CPR classes for the public.
Oh wow, that'd be
So
awesome.
It'd be great if they can get it together.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention their name without asking their permission, but
Yeah.
Pay attention to Facebook because it may hit hopefully pretty soon, maybe next quarter.
Cool.
And that would be great if they do. So
Yeah, I mean, we got that stage thing now. We do it outside at that stage thing.
Oh,
if
yeah.
the weather's nice and get
Yeah.
a bunch of people in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Oh, I know what it is.
No.
I know what it is. He heard it.
What is there any other training or anything that the public you'd recommend them getting or getting familiar with?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't run
see-
into a burning building.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But they want to be a hero, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna end up well.
It's like, man, it's kind of hot in here.
No. CPR is main, like really that's the biggest thing that the public can,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I'm sure in his too, that they
Yeah.
can learn.
Yeah. Have an escape plan in your house. Check your
Yes.
smoke detectors. Check the batteries in your smoke detectors. Smoke detectors are cheap. A life's not cheap. So
Yeah,
go get you a
exactly.
smoke detector. Get them put up.
Do you guys ever go to any carbon monoxide calls?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. What we had a couple last shift. didn't
Last
we?
shift we ran one.
I don't
Yeah.
know if the ones in my house work. I
You
need to
should
check them.
probably check your batteries.
Check
It's like
your
a-
batteries.
Really? So that's like an actual thing that
Oh
happens?
yeah,
Yes,
it's definitely an
yes.
actual.
Really?
thing.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
It's,
Like it's
impure burning of natural
Everybody in
gas.
house just passes out type thing? Or?
It could.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have any early detection and you reach the parts per millions that you need, you could become unresponsive and eventually die. So if it goes undetected, the result's not good.
Yeah.
So
It's an odorless, colorless gas, right?
Yes.
correct.
So you don't realize that you're breathing in it.
You don't
No.
realize you're breathing.
There's no aftertaste or something like that?
No.
Nothing?
You'll get tired, dizzy,
Headache.
maybe tingly feelings, tingly toes, headaches.
Yeah.
Those are some early symptoms.
What the hell?
If,
That's
if you get that, go
crazy.
out in fresh air.
Yeah.
If it starts to get better, then you probably got a good idea of what it is. But the easiest thing to do is put a detector up.
Yeah.
Make sure the batteries
Oh,
are
yeah.
good and
What causes it?
impure burning of natural gas. It's not burning correctly.
Like from your
Like
gas,
stove,
water
Any
hot
gas
water
appliance.
heater.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
gas appliance.
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Man, I need to go check my batteries.
Yeah, go check your batteries.
Like, man, I was feeling dizzy yesterday.
Tell you a story. Just last shift, we ran one at man, I don't even know what time it was. Maybe 2 a.m. Maybe earlier. I don't really know. I know it woke me up, but
Could you find the house? Did it have the house numbers?
it did. It did. It was actually in a multi-family residence.
Yes.
So
Oh, okay.
we went to it and the alarm was going off, woke the person living there up. She had pets, so we helped her and the pets get out, called the gas company, and they were reading over 100 parts per million.
That sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough to make you go unresponsive. And so she was lucky that her detector was working.
What
So
the
then
hell?
we had to check neighboring apartments, obviously, to make sure that things weren't happening in the other apartments. And gas company comes, finds the source of the problem, shuts it off. We ventilate the house, and all is good. So
That is insane. I did
Yeah.
not know that was a
Yeah.
It's a
We-
thing.
We get
Actual
quite
thing,
a
dude.
bit of them actually.
wow.
Especially during wintertime. I think is
Wintertime.
when we get the most of them.
yeah, heaters.
Dude, that's insane. I thought that was like bullshit this whole time.
no,
It's not
no,
bullshit.
It's not. It's
Wow.
not bullshit.
Hey,
crazy.
we don't just do bullshit things.
This is legit, serious stuff here.
Well, these guys
James.
are just trying to get me to spend more money. How many detectors do I need in
This
my
is
house?
life.
That $9.98 at Walmart is going to get me.
Hey, the
Oh,
taxes on
the
it.
taxes.
Nice
Exactly.
plug for Walmart there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, that's a good deal. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, what would you say the primary, like the most, I guess not the primary, but the most common reason for a house fire? Is it usually user error? Is it usually an electrical issue? Is there anything that somebody can keep,
Space
I don't know, an
heaters.
eye out of for?
I've seen a lot of space heaters,
Space heaters don't use extension
especially
cords as
on
permanent.
the west side.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. Space
don't.
That's been a lot of our recent
Yeah,
fires,
yeah,
hasn't it?
Don't put your not saying don't use a space heater.
But don't put like a blanket
Yeah,
over it
don't
and
put it
stuff
next
like that.
to a blanket or
Uh-huh.
don't put it next to a pile of clothes, next to a couch.
You say that about the clothes. There was one not too far from Slotchke's,
Yeah.
not too long ago, where a multifamily home went up in flames. It was a pretty good fire. And I believe that was the reason. There was a space heater next to, or in a room with a large amount of clothing.
Oh yeah,
happens for sure.
definitely.
And it just caught, and it was going, going big time.
A lot of times too, they're putting that space heater on a extension cord,
Yep.
and that extension cord builds heat, and you're not supposed to do that. Leave them plugged in directly into the wall. Don't use an extension cord as a permanent power supply.
Yep.
That's not what they're intended for. They're temporary use. So yeah, we see a lot of
interesting
user
and that
error.
can cause a
Yes,
fire.
yeah, user error.
Yeah,
for sure.
the modern home usually has enough code in it that it's not just going to combust on its own. It usually has help from an outside source. So not saying it doesn't happen, but more than likely it's that outside source that caused the fire.
Are there the video that's always super interesting that I watch is the Christmas tree one,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
where you see how fast, especially a fake one, how fast a Christmas tree.
A fake one?
Just-
You mean a real one?
It's
I
dry.
think-
It's dry.
is it
real.
Is it dry real one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. The
Yes.
dry real one, then just how incredibly fast it can
Oh yeah.
fucking turn into a fireball
Seconds.
and burn
Yeah.
down
If you
your
have a real
entire living
Christmas
room.
tree, water your Christmas tree.
That is insane, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole living room's
Yeah, it goes up
in a
like-
fireball in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, those
it's crazy.
trees are they go up crazy fast.
They
I mean,
do.
we've ran into them on grass fires too, where they just
Yeah, they blow up on you.
yeah,
They blow up.
they
Really?
legit
Yeah,
blow up.
They're
What the hell? What does
They-
that look
pretty
like?
They just
intense
go
heat.
poof.
Yeah, it's like it just ignites all at one time.
Yeah,
How
it's not slow. It's just a big old fireball.
I gotta be careful. I'm just gonna end up asking you guys how fast things burn all episode. Okay, I gotta know how like hot does one of those big ass hay bales get when they light on fire? Because
I've
like
never put a tick on a hay bale, so I don't
Yeah,
really know.
I
it's
don't-
like dry grass, right?
Yeah,
Like a
Yeah,
big thing
but they're bundled so tight it's burning the surface area off, so it's not
Yeah.
really.
oh, it doesn't like just
No.
engulf in a
It'll
big
just-
hot fireball.
It'll
No.
burn forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, you usually got to roll those things
Yeah.
out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't just go poof like a
Yeah.
tree.
yeah, I figured that'd be a
Like
big
Christmas
fireball.
tree, no.
Yeah.
Like you're 100 feet away and you're like, whoo.
Yeah,
No, I've actually rolled some out
Yes.
by hand before.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
You can't really. They're hard to put out, so the easiest thing to do is let them burn out. So unroll them and just let them burn. If they're in already
Interesting.
burnt area,
Yeah.
then just unroll it, let it burn, and that tends to be the easiest thing to do.
Wow. What?
Unless you want to sit on it all day,
Yeah,
ain't nobody got time for that.
no, we
Like,
got other
man, this
things
thing's
to
taking
do.
forever. So when you guys respond to like stuff out in the county, brush fire, stuff like that, you're working with a limited water supply,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
What do you guys ever like get close to running out?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
can
Yeah.
those brush
yeah.
trucks hold a pretty good amount of water?
so the brush truck holds what
250 to 300
250, 300. I was gonna say 3.
Yeah. depends on the truck.
So all the county departments have what they call tankers
Mhm.
that hold 1,000 gallons.
Oh, so it's like a mobile
Yes, it's a mobile
fire
water
hydrant type
source.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Copan has a 3,000 gallon one.
So you guys just get into a
yeah, you just hook
like
it straight
hooking
up
up
to
system. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And they got a pump on them.
Yep, and they
So.
just pump it straight into your tank and go back out and get to work.
Oh, okay. Well, that's smart.
So I mean, so yeah, you do kind of. You run out and then you go out, get water, and go back in.
So when there's a fire warning, Is that the right term? Or a
Red
fire?
flag warning.
Yeah, red flag,
Yeah.
fire danger.
Yeah.
How serious is that? Like,
Uh,
obviously, it's.
It's pretty.
I'm not saying
serious.
it's not serious, but like, does that mean like, I mean, you really shouldn't be like smoking in your backyard or something like that because you like a spark could catch your whole backyard on fire.
Cigarette. Now we've ran the cigarette that causes the fire, but it's really rare.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like don't go outside with an open flame.
Yeah.
Like don't go barbecuing if you can prevent it. Definitely don't start a
Don't
fire pit. Don't
play with fireworks on a high fire danger.
Yeah, don't play with fireworks. That's a big one.
Yeah.
How fast do those grass fires like happen?
Depends on the wind,
the speed of the wind. If your humidity's low and your wind is high and you've got dead grass, it's going to go really fast. So we were talking earlier, we've had them outrun the truck before where you're flying through the field at unknown speeds, and it's outrunning
one when we were on Dewey together. It started out as big as this table.
Yep.
And we had to go take oil lease roads to get to it. By the time we got to it, it's halfway across the pasture.
Yep.
Really?
And it was only like a 2-minute drive to get to it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to like visualize in my head.
That wind
like a
just
fire
lays
moving
it
that
down.
fast.
Yeah. If you're in open grass, you know, if the wind's blowing 45, you got to think it's probably going to be moving 45 off top of the grass. So.
Yeah. Because
damn,
that wind's just going to push that grass over that's on fire, and it's going to lay over on the other grass. It's going to catch that. It's going to lay over on the other grass, catch that. Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it be as simple as just jumping over it? Right.
Not so.
I mean, it's not a very high flame, right?
It could be. It depends on how the wind's laying it down. I mean, you could have it up. If it's hot enough, it could be well above the height of your truck as far as the flame height.
Oh shit! Wow.
Really? We've been in ones that were like 20-foot high flames.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
If the
20 feet.
Especially if it's a lot of trees. If the head fire is laying down, you know, you could have a big width of that head fire and you're not jumping over that. Not to mention the intensity of the heat is not something you want to be in. So
even with bunker gear and stuff on.
Even with bunker gear and stuff.
No. Yeah. Now so on the other side of that fire, is it already out? Or is it still like, is it creating like
on like the backside?
Like a land of fire, yeah.
So the backside, it's already burnt.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where, like on the grass fires, that's where we fight from.
Yeah. That's
from the burnt
backside.
Yes, because from the burnt
it's already
side,
burnt.
Because it's already burnt. It's not going to burn again.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Okay. 20 feet high? Are you serious? Wow.
For real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was intense.
How safe is that bunker gear you guys have on? Like, how flame retardant is it?
It's almost too safe.
It's almost too safe for a structure fire.
Yeah.
Like, get too comfortable, you feel like? Or
well, it absorbs the heat so well that by the time you feel the heat, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, it's only going to take so much, and then it's going to fail.
Mean? What?
Like if you're pushing into a structure fire and you're not feeling that heat through the gear, right? So the old school guys would say, hey man, when your ears start burning, it's time to start thinking about other things to do. Well, even now we're not really going to feel our ears burn with the modern Nomex.
It's like 2-3 layers.
So by the time say I'm moving through a fire and there's my gear starts to get superheated and I'm starting to just feel it intense on my body. I'm to that point, the gear has started to fail me. Right.
So you mean like melt in on you or something?
No, it's just absorbed too much heat too fast. Yeah. So now it's to the point where it can't absorb that heat anymore.
So you're going to start getting hot quick.
I'm going to start getting hot quick, and I need to start thinking about things that I need to do.
So that's what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Like once it stops absorbing heat or gets too hot, you get hot.
Yeah,
really fast.
You get hot real fast.
Yeah, like seconds or something.
Yeah,
right?
like
I would
seconds.
imagine.
Yeah. And not only that, the modern fire is heating up in seconds. So
yeah,
you got to really start thinking about what's going on in that environment and what I need to do different to protect myself from where I'm at. So
is there a situation where like you, and obviously I'm a novice, so some of the things I say might sound like, what the fuck is this guy saying? But could you so if you're in a house fire and you have you have the hose or whatever and your friend's getting hot, could you not just spray them off or something like that to cool them down? Or
if you get them wet, that's actually probably going to be worse.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because that water is going to absorb that heat. You're going to compress that gear onto their body. So we want
really?
Yeah,
wow.
Want
okay, I didn't think about that.
Think about think about if you're sitting by that campfire, right?
Mhm.
And your feet are up on that campfire in the wintertime and you're like, oh, this feels good. And then I move my leg and your jeans touch your pants, or your jeans touch your leg. And you're like, ooh, that's hot.
Fuck yeah.
So it's the same thing. So like my gear, if I'm moving and then I take this weird step or my buddy touches my shoulder and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's hot, because he just compressed that onto my body.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So
yeah.
same concept. Same
Like
concept.
spray your friends like,
Yeah, spray them
Yeah,
off. Not only that, the modern house fires burning at such high temperatures that if we're just going in with one hose line, we may not be able to overcome those BTUs if it's hot
True.
enough with that one hose line.
BTUs, what's that?
How much heat that fire's putting out.
Okay.
So if I only go in with one hose stream in a really hot fire, it's probably not going to be enough to overcome it.
So is the water like basically evaporating?
It's
before it
evaporating,
can do anything?
evaporating before it does anything.
Wow.
So, those are other signs that you gotta, and those are usually in really big structures or really fuel loaded structures like a hoarder house or something like that. Places we don't want to be anyway.
Dude, the worst one I've been on where I was like, man, this is like a fire out of a movie. I think it's still, excuse me, I don't think it has been like torn down or anything. It was just off of Adams, east of or west of Bison.
Yeah, which one he's talking about?
Can't remember, it was like a 2-story house. It burned like, it was a
I
big
don't remember that one.
big fire. Like you guys had the truck with the
You gotta
ladder.
remember, we got 3 shifts, bro.
That's true. It was early. It was early in the morning. It was like super early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I just got on shift.
Yeah.
But
I guess we must not have been on that.
There was a guy on a ladder and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
He was like spraying down into the house.
Yeah.
Like the car and the motorcycle outside literally melted.
Uh-huh.
It was so hot.
Yeah,
it was
from the
insane.
radiant heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. I was sitting there. I was like, man, this is like a real fucking fire.
Those are the
This is
fires
like
we don't
Chicago
like.
fire
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, seriously. Like you guys were like out there actually working.
Yeah, we don't like
Actually,
those. We
no.
want to get in and get it done.
Yeah.
And when you're
Yeah.
standing outside, that's a lot of work.
No,
We don't want to do
Dude,
that.
it was crazy. You
Yeah.
guys had to be fighting that for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or something, if not more. Like the fire was just not going out.
No, you get those.
And you guys sprayed it, and it was like it got worse.
Yeah,
it probably did.
It probably did. Yeah.
Because at one point the part of the roof caved in.
Yeah.
And it just like really just
Gave it the
lit,
oxygen.
Is this
it
the
lit up.
one?
Yeah. It's right on the corner.
It's like right down.
It's
the,
right on the
I think
corner.
it's like right down the road. Kind of has like a curvy corner right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
A
remember
curvy
that one.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A curvy
you know.
corner.
For the-
It wasn't like a 90 corner.
That's an
It had a
official
cur-
term,
That
by the
is
way.
an official term by firefighters. Coined right here.
Yeah, those defensive fires are not. So
No.
defensive, if we're outside the structure and we're fighting fire, those are not the funnest thing to do. It's going to be a
No.
long day.
Yeah.
That's not where we want to be. We've already,
Like I mean, the sun was like fully up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the time you guys went back in service, half my shift was over. So
Yeah.
I think it'd been 4
Well,
hours.
I believe that.
last snowstorm, ice storm, where we had 2 back to back.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't get back to the station till what, 2 o'clock?
I don't know. I was on vacation.
Oh yeah, you weren't there that day.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was intense. The most intense part was I was like, I can't believe the motorcycle and the car, like, fucking melted,
Yeah.
Pretty common.
like
Oh, yeah.
fused to the driveway.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I thought that was so crazy.
Mhm.
Like just the ambient. I don't know if that's the right term. but
Radiant.
The radiant heat. Yeah,
Yeah.
ambient. The radiant
Well,
heat.
the-
Yeah, like
the ambient air is heating up.
Yeah.
made the fucking those 2 vehicles
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
it's-
catch on fire.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
So you gotta be. I guess you gotta be careful because the gas in there can explode and stuff, right?
Yeah, one of the first things that we're trying to do, or command's trying to do, is get that gas off, get the utilities off, get the
Yes.
power off, call PSO, get the power off, make it safe for working conditions for us that are
Yeah,
inside.
because water and
So,
electricity does not mix.
Yeah.
If you don't know this.
Yeah, surprisingly.
and that stuff is potentially going to be exposed. You know, we're
Yes.
ripping down walls. We're not being nice in there.
Well, plus 2, you got power lines up there.
We got power lines that
Yes.
could come free.
Yeah.
Yeah. The weatherhead could
Yeah,
break
I've
free.
been on fire out in Oak Park that the shed that made the power line above it snapped. Because of all the-
fucking
because of the
zapping all
heat.
around and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty common. Pretty common on a house fire.
Man, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what's the safest thing to do? Is it still the standard, crawl on the floor, shit like that? Like, say your house catches on fire for the public.
Yeah.
Is it still
Yeah.
the same standard? Try and get below the smoke
Yeah, get
line,
below the
find the
smoke,
nearest
get out.
exit.
Get out.
Yeah, get out.
If you
Stay
can't get
below the
out, shut
smoke.
your door.
Yes.
Shut your bedroom door.
Before you go to sleep, shut your door.
Shut your door. That's the biggest thing, because they're
Like-
finding even these hollow core interior doors burn for minutes and minutes before they actually intrude
Before
on your
fire
room.
gets into the room.
There's actually videos of studies where one bedroom door was shut, one was open. The
Mhm.
one that was open is completely burnt, as black as these
Yeah.
walls, and the other bedroom looks normal.
Brand new.
Really
Yeah,
Seen-
interesting.
Seen that a lot.
yeah.
Seen that a lot.
What is that thing? Where, yeah, I was at y'all's station one time using the restroom, and
That's
when you-
common.
He's
When
the
you-
guy that blows up Station 3, by the way.
No, I try to look for those out there. I try to keep it clean. All right.
You got that dirty.
But nasty. Like, wish I had the sound effects. You know? But he was playing. I was like, "What are you doing, guy?" He was like
that was us.
playing a
Firefighter
firefighter video
simulator.
game.
Yeah,
I was
we-
like,
oh,
"You-
yeah, that was us. We was
Firefighter
training.
simulator.
We was training, bro.
I was like, "Did you get tired of being at work?"
No, we don't.
Oh, it's so funny.
Hardcore
man.
simulations.
That was a
Come on.
weekend too. That was one
Hilarious.
of our chill weekends.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no, the thing that I saw where like you were like doot the door and opened up the door and it was like wow, like all this
backdraft.
fire. Yeah,
Yes.
what is that again?
That's called a backdraft.
Yeah, backdrafter, you could get a flashover from
Yeah.
that.
It looked intense. Is that how it is in real life?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
You got to think that our modern house is sealed up real tight, right? So all that fuel, all that smoke is unburnt fuel, right? It's byproduct that's wanting to ignite. All it needs is whatever that mixture is, usually oxygen. So as soon as we open that front door to make an attack, what do we give it? Oxygen that it
Mhm.
wants,
Yeah.
right? If you blow on a campfire, it makes it hotter,
Uh-huh.
right? So as soon as we pop that door, we got to be thinking that this thing's getting the oxygen it needs.
Yeah.
So we're looking for those signs of, is this taking that oxygen in and
This is like the
igniting
whole
that
fucking
fuel.
Oh, it's
hallway
yeah,
exploded.
and it will,
Oh, yeah,
it'll
it will.
flash. Those rooms will flash. If you got dark black smoke that's to the floor or almost to the floor, and you got temperatures at the ceiling that are 700, 800, 900 degrees or more, it's go
about to
time.
go.
It's about to rip.
That's so interesting.
Mhm.
Like, see, I didn't even realize that. Like, you're saying smoke can ignite
Yes,
again?
smoke
Absolutely.
is a fuel.
Yep, smoke's a fuel. That
Yes.
product
Really?
is so
I thought it was
hot.
just the
No,
burnt
go get
off
a candle.
byproduct.
Yeah, go get
it's
a candle,
it's
blow it
unburnt.
out,
Yep,
and you can light that smoke. And it'll light that
light that
candle.
candle
Really?
back up.
What the
Yes.
hell?
So that's
Huh.
all in a fire, especially like in a room like this where we have all this petroleum based product.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets hot enough, it's all going to start off gassing before ignition, right? So
Okay.
what's burning is actually the off gas or the chemical reaction from this product.
Okay.
So if this room gets hot enough, that fire, if it's sealed up from oxygen, you won't even see the fire.
Yeah.
All you're going to start getting is just this black, nasty smoke because
Really?
it's waiting for that oxygen to ignite. It's hot enough. It's off gassing, and that product just needs the oxygen to ignite. So as soon as this window gets hot enough to break, or we
Mhm.
kick that front door,
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
get it on. It's going to get it on. So
Wow. Huh. Okay.
Those
Dude,
are
that's
those are-
fascinating.
those are
What the
things we
hell?
got to look for when we go, because we're going in.
Are there
And
certain objects that are like, hey, if you have a home filled with this shit, you need to take some of that out?
the modern home
The modern
Yes.
home
is 100% full of it.
Yes.
Really?
Everything. The mattresses.
Yes.
Mattresses are insane.
Everything's synthetic now.
Yeah.
Mattresses, couches, carpet, curtains. There's nothing not synthetic or petroleum based produced anymore. So it's made from oil based products, right?
Is
So
there a certain like, okay, what would be a good flame retardant exterior or foundation to have on a house structure?
Concrete, brick.
Concrete.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
concrete brick.
Okay. So vinyl would be bad.
vinyl sidings?
Yeah, that just melts.
Yeah, it's,
Really?
It's gonna
Yeah.
melt off gas black. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want your house just filled with a bunch of animal skins? Like
Yeah,
a bunch of
yeah. Natural
bear
product.
rug.
Hey, in all
Natural
seriousness,
stuff.
if people are listening, they got free time, go to YouTube and look at modern or legacy homes versus modern home in the
Mhm.
fire, and you can watch it. You know,
Oh
where
yeah.
a legacy home will take 15 plus minutes to actually
Yeah.
ignite a room.
Mhm.
When a modern home's like 3 to 5, it's
Yeah,
fully
it's-
involved, floor to ceiling.
Really?
You
Yeah,
used
because the
term you don't
petroleum
like.
base. What?
You use the term you don't like.
What term's that?
Fully involved.
Fully involved. I hate that term.
Like a fucking relationship.
Yeah.
This fire is fully involved with that floor.
Yeah, we tried not to use.
Yeah, we're not try not to call a house fully involved because
Yeah.
that's just it's a bad connotation.
Yeah.
It sets off a
explain
negative.
this.
It does.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So if you say
Is that like quiet for
No,
police
no,
stuff?
it's not that. No,
so
it's just kind of a misinterpretation.
yeah,
Yeah.
guys are gonna.
Okay.
So then you say fully involved, you're going defensive in your mind,
Yeah.
right? And if it's well involved instead of fully involved, now we're thinking maybe there's still some survivable
Yes.
spaces in that building that
Got
we can make
you.
attack in.
Makes sense.
We-
Okay.
Because we can still make a rescue if we got a house that's 3/4 involved
Mm-hmm.
or heavily involved. There's still survivable space
Yes.
potentially somewhere.
Yeah.
But if somebody like a police officer shows up on scene and we've got flames from one bedroom window
Yeah.
and heavy black smoke showing, and they tell PD that this is fully involved, or dispatch it's fully involved, and they coordinate that to us, that puts us in a defensive mindset.
Yes.
Ah, gotcha.
So
Interesting.
So a little education for you.
because
as
we're
well.
trying to paint a picture before we ever get there.
For sure.
And those captains are trying to come up with a game plan before we ever get there.
Okay.
And if
So you got to be fast. You
Yeah.
gotta be quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
so for all those cops out there,
Seconds matter.
yeah, all those cops out there say, hey, we got fire from one bedroom window with heavy black smoke.
Then
That's going to
we're-
paint a better
Yeah.
picture than saying it's fully involved. We get on scene and we see no fire. So, I mean, it's just kind of words mean a lot. to us.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
description.
Yes.
Be as descriptive as possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Try not to use acronyms and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just say, hey, what are you looking at?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, what do you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
I
the
mean,
building
basically,
made
you're,
out of?
You're painting a picture for us.
Exactly.
I never realized how hot. The closest I got to one, I wasn't stepping near that 2-story because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I could feel the heat from like down the street.
Yep.
But that one, there was the space heater with a bunch of clothes, like
Mhm.
right off of Frank Phillips. That one, I got pretty close. We just had our Officer of the Year banquet or whatever, or Officer Appreciation thing. So I got a little like fire
Aw.
extinguisher thing,
Aw,
and I was
so
like,
cute.
"Oh, fight this fire."
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
So I went and I hopped the fence because you guys weren't there yet. So I went and I hopped
Trying
the
to be
fence
a
and
hero.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, now's my time.
Get that,
All cops want to be firefighters.
get that hero
So
award.
I like fucking sprayed my little fire extinguisher into the like room that was lit on fire and it didn't do shit. I was
That's
like,
that
I was about to
BTU
say,
I was
stuff.
like, man, it's
that
kind of hot.
Stop it.
It's
Stop.
really hot. Can you
So
cool
think-
it down?
Think about this as police
Chill,
officers.
bro.
What you now understand is we introduce oxygen into that building. It actually makes it worse for us. So is if a cop comes and kicks open that door because he's trying to be a hero,
Yeah.
he just made it worse, not only for us, but for that patient inside.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
You know, so did you have a
Whoops.
beer spill?
Yeah, you're
I got a
dropping
hole in
Hit
my
a,
lip.
hit a soft part. and then-
you're dropping such a truth bomb.
Yeah.
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 This is
Uh,
great material.
The tighter we can keep that house sealed up,
Yeah, that's a great
better
point.
off we are.
Yeah.
So now if there's an immediate rescue that needs to happen, I completely
Yeah, like you see
understand.
somebody
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah, you
like,
see
"Help."
somebody and or the door's already open and you see them laying there.
Yeah.
I'm
like
I'm never
right
gonna
5
tell
feet
somebody
in.
what they can
Don't
and
go
can't
further
do.
than that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because cops are gonna
Yeah.
their natural reactions the same as us.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna want to
You're
save
there
a
to-
life, but
yeah,
I don't
you're-
want to have to save the cop's life
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah, exactly.
I will tell you, I didn't realize how hot it was until I got up to it, and I was like, damn, it's hot, and there's a lot of smoke, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could just tell just from looking at the
Oh,
smoke.
yeah.
You're like, I can't breathe that in.
No.
If I
hell
breathe any
no.
of that in, I'm gonna have
Well,
a hard.
just
I'm gonna have a
imagine-
bad day.
I mean, think about this. The old firefighters, they used to not have SCBA mask.
That is insane.
Yeah. They just go in with a coat and their jeans and
yep.
And
They
boots.
also had naturally burning products. right?
yeah,
Their products
exactly.
were
That was
natural.
back when the legacy homes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those guys.
I mean,
were-
because that smoke is so black. I mean, it looks
yeah.
like somebody got like a pile of plastic and set it on fire.
Well, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
it is.
It's exactly what it is.
True.
That's
yeah.
what our houses are now is plastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just thick, black,
Thick,
poisonous smoke. Like,
we
that's
can't
crazy.
see.
Oh heck no.
We're
Yeah.
crawling into blind. We've never been in your house before, and we're crawling into it blind.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Especially
I
if
like
it's like
to-
a hoarder house,
yeah.
you're like, I've ran into a pile of clothes.
Yeah,
Great.
right, for
I need
real.
to get out of
Or-
this room
well,
now.
You don't
happens
even
a
know
lot.
what it is when it's blacked out. You just
Yeah.
run into something and you're like,
yeah, you're trying to
what the
figure it
heck
out.
is
Fucking
this?
clothes.
I
or
mean, that
something
like
all over the
legit.
floor?
You're feeling around like, what the hell?
This
is
shit-
trying to
this?
feel
This
for like a
shouldn't be
hand
here.
or a
Oh,
body
is that
or
a
something.
duck?
Stick your hand in a toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a toilet.
Yeah, someone's done that
I've done
before.
that.
Oh god, there's something
The
squishy. in it.
toilet was full of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
They didn't flush the audacity.
Did you ever get rid of those gloves?
Yeah, I immediately asked the battalion chief for new gloves. I need new gloves.
Where'd your gloves go? I threw them in the fire.
Yeah, they're gone. They're
I
gone.
left them in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's insane, man. Man, that's some good information. I had no
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
idea about a lot of that. That, especially the oxygen thing. That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
A ton of sense. Damn. Wow. Okay. What is there a what do you do in a situation to where, like, say you're in a multi-story home and your first floor catches on fire? Should you try and get out of a window? Or
So the thing I'm going to tell you is, I guess do what you got to do to stay alive, but shut your bedroom door. Tuck a sheet or something under that door so the smoke can't get in it.
Yeah.
how long do you have until like the floor like gets hot or caves in or something like that? Or
That really depends on the material
yeah.
that it's built from, and what kind of barriers.
because eventually the floor will get so hot you can't be on it.
It's
right?
going to fall through. Potentially could burn through that floor, especially if
It
it's
could.
a OSB type material, which modern homes are. Their fail rate's a little higher or faster. But if you can call 911 and say, "Hey, I'm in the second floor in this corner. We're coming to that window, and we're
Yeah.
going to come in that window and pull you out that window."
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of
Trying to
obviously
fight
we
the
can't.
fire,
Yeah,
go
we
up the
can't
Yeah, we're
crawl
not gonna
through
go up
fire.
the stairs.
No, no way.
Yeah.
So we've got techniques and training that's going to allow us, and the equipment that's going to allow us to come directly to you. And if we recognize there's survivable space upstairs and heavy fire downstairs, depending on the situation, we're probably going to search those rooms anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the is there a certain part of the house, like in a structure fire, or a certain part of the structure that's like considered a dead zone or something like that you absolutely do not, like, for example, is there like if there's a tight staircase, it's like a rule you guys never go on a staircase or something
No.
like
No,
that?
we-
or
No.
anything?
We're going
Nothing?
everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're checking every nook and cranny,
Yep.
closet, under beds, everything.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Dog crates. I mean, we're literally sticking our hand everywhere a kid or
In
a
a
person's
dresser.
going to try to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've found people in some awkward places.
Oh yeah.
Just
So
trying to get away from the heat.
They're trying to
and
get away
smoke.
from the heat and smoke, and you know.
Why wouldn't somebody like I mean, I guess if you're in a stressful situation, things can go out the window.
No,
but
people just.
why wouldn't you
freak.
just go to a window? You know,
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah, it would.
yeah.
Uh,
Instead of like huddling in a closet or something like that, right?
So sometimes, you know, if they're just overcome by that heat and smoke really fast, and that window's not opening, you know, I guess I can't speak for them, but
Yeah, you could probably get.
can they not
stressed out
find
enough.
something
Oh,
to
yeah.
break it? You know,
Yeah, I mean, surely.
Yeah. I mean, it's you kind of just freak out.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine I've never been in one in that aspect, but
Yeah.
I mean, people just that's what you tend to do when you're in
Mhm.
danger is just
Yeah.
kind of that fight or flight.
Yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of situations where we
Oh,
have. I mean, we go to a call and I'm like, "Why did you do this?"
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Just like, I don't know. First thing I thought of.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do get it. I do get it. God dang, almost at 40 minutes on this
Wow,
one.
This was
See?
longer than the last one.
See?
Dude, I tell you, you get to talking, man, and
Oh,
it's
We didn't even
awesome.
get into the stories yet.
It's been
Oh,
it's
I got
been
some good ones.
a lot of good content. Let's try to get one from each of you,
Mhm.
and then we'll cut it and we'll head to our final episode
All
after
right.
this one. Which story you got?
How about you start?
Okay.
Well, what do you want? what
Either
kind
or.
of story you want.
Whatever you want, bro.
I don't want to get too nasty, but we've had those fatality house fires where people are trapped inside, and think about your means of egress in your house when you're going to bed. Close before you doze. I've had a fatality house fire where the person boarded up their back bedroom door to make a closet, and ultimately trapped them in that house during a fire, and we had to cut through the exterior wall to get to them, and they ended up obviously not surviving. So think about those things, which we could see the fire rolling when we made the corner on the highway. We still had a couple miles to get to them. We knew it was heavily involved. We still cut through the wall, still made a push. I actually had the roof come down on my head in that one, trying to get to him.
Damn, that bad, huh?
It was pretty bad. Neither victim survived. It looked like the lady was trying to get out the window, and the husband had ripped all the sheets off the bed and put himself in a corner and covered himself in the sheets.
Oh man, that's sad. Damn.
Yeah. So that one was pretty gnarly. I mean, we had fire ripping everywhere. So
yeah,
by the time that we cut through the wall, it was like a brick and metal combo wall, and their windows were tiny. It was a shop they made into a house. Yeah. So they didn't have normal size windows. So by the time when we got through and we made a push, the ceiling was coming down, hit me in the head. And I remember a guy going, "Hey, Campbell, you need to get out. The ceiling's coming down." And I was like, "No fucking shit. It just hit me in the head." You think I don't know?
Like, he saw the ceiling hit you and was like, "Hey, I think this is a bad place."
Yeah, it's a bad place to be. But we knew we had victims inside. We had a potential survivable space right there.
Yeah.
At the end, was it survivable? No, we don't know that. We're going to risk a lot to save a lot.
Yes.
So the ultimate goal was
you don't want to leave somebody to burn alive.
No,
that's a terrible way to die.
So
no. Dang, I don't know where I want to go now.
when you do burn, do you pass out before your skin like basically turns black?
I would hope so. The smoke's actually probably going to kill you long before the fire does.
Okay.
The smoke is so bad now.
Yeah.
You're going to go unresponsive long before that fire gets you.
Yeah.
So
just from probably, I would imagine, a couple deep breaths or something, maybe.
Yeah.
From
one
like
or
the
two.
Pure black smoke. Yeah.
And honestly, that's probably the way I'd want to go over burning.
Oh, hell yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, hell,
just let me go unconscious for a minute.
I was cooking something in the Instant Pot a couple weeks ago, and I got hit by one little blast of steam, and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
Dude, it hurts.
It hurts.
Burns hurt.
It hurts.
Dude. It hurt like a motherfucker. It's like people who get, they're in a car fire or motor, some kind of fire, right? And they get like 40% of their body third-degree burns. I'm like, I can't imagine the pain.
No.
Skin
something like
off.
that. Yeah, literally. So what you got?
Well, do we want to go darker or do we want to go lighter?
We can go
Just
dark.
be careful
we can go
what you say.
as dark as you want.
No,
Be careful.
We'll lighten it up a little bit, I guess.
There was a cat in a tree.
I've actually, okay, all right.
Really?
We'll go with that.
Saved a lot of cats.
You know which one I'm going for?
No, but go ahead. Oh, I do know.
You
I
do
do know.
know.
Go with it. That's
He
a
was
good one.
there.
Yeah,
He
that's a
saved
good
the
one.
cat and then proceeded to get ran over.
This does involve a cat.
Yeah.
This is when we were on Dewey.
Yes.
We happened to be at the fire station for I don't know what
we were on our way to State Fire School.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we were getting ready to go to State Fire School.
Yeah.
So it was around May, and we get a phone call at the fire station. Hey, we're over here at the church, and there's a cat up in the tree, and it's been there for like 2 days.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow.
And we're like, okay, well, have you tried to get it out? They're like, yeah, we've tried to get it out for the last 2 days. We're like,
it's like, have you tried shooting it?
Yeah.
We're like, all right, well, we'll come over, look at it, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Which we didn't have a ladder truck or anything, so it happened to be right around the corner. So we go over there and we're looking. I'm like, it's like, Mary, I think that's my mom's cat. My mom's cat had been missing for like 2 days.
Oh wow, how about that?
I'm like, bro, I think that's my mom's cat. And he's like,
my mom really likes that
dude,
cat.
Yeah.
Heck, my mom didn't really know that our cat was missing.
No.
So we ended up calling the city of Dewey, getting a bucket truck up there.
Wow.
And and Dale, our fire chief at the time, he's like, hey, since it's your cat, you got to go up and get it.
You gotta go get it.
So I had to go up in this bucket truck, rescue my own cat.
Cat like recognized you. It's like,
No, the
what
cat
are you
was
doing here?
pissed.
Cat peed all
Oh,
over
The
him,
cat
too.
pissed all over the place, was scratching and clawing everywhere. Like
You're like, I'm
I
really
about dropped the
contemplating
damn
dropping
thing.
you right now.
I about dropped the damn thing. But yeah, we ended up getting down, and I set it on the ground, and it took off. But funny thing it was
your
my own cat.
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome.
That cat looks really fucking familiar.
Exactly. That's exactly how
I have a
it
cat that looks just like that.
was. Funny thing is, my cat's been missing for 2 days too.
How about that? That is a good light story.
It is.
So what happened after? Did it like get ran over? or
No,
something?
No,
no,
nothing good.
no.
Nothing good.
No, it wasn't like letting the doves
No.
out in the one movie and they get hit by a
Yeah.
bus.
It's like a Dewey cop drives by and runs it over right
Yeah,
out.
yeah. One thing to know on all cat rescues, no cat is friendly, no matter what the
No.
owner says.
No.
They're gonna fuck you up.
It's such a nice cat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when
You know
you're
what?
picking up a cat out of a tree and it's like
Oh, yeah.
20 feet in the air, the cat's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You know, and I've never seen a cat skeleton in a tree.
No.
either.
More
Yeah,
common.
exactly.
I think more common. I've ran cats in storm drains,
Yeah.
and you're getting them out of the storm drain. So you don't
Like,
ever
if you
hear that
scratch
funny
me
story.
one more time, you
Yeah.
fucker, you're gonna drown. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna leave you here.
Yeah.
Find your own way out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because they like wiggle their bodies down. They're like
Oh, yeah.
water almost, man. They
Oh,
can
dude.
fit in places,
They're crazy.
but then they can't get out. of
Yeah.
the freaking thing once they
Yeah.
wiggle themselves in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's our ACO is always flying all over town. It's like 390. We got a cat in a trap or a raccoon in a trap, or people just have traps set outside of their house and
Oh,
just
yeah.
catch all these animals and turn it over to animal control. Like, why? Why do you do these things?
It's like there's a reward system for it or
Yeah.
something.
I know, yeah. So you're not gonna get anything.
Yeah.
It's like, just how many raccoons do you have in your yard? You keep every day it's a raccoon in a trap or something. Yeah, I just worked one not too long ago that an ACO took, where one of these wild dogs that run around town
Oh yeah.
nipped a lady good as shit in her arm.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have an animal
Was
problem.
that
Oh, yes.
is that out in Oak Park?
It was.
I ran that call.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it nipped her good, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, damn, we just got a pack of wild animal,
Oh,
wild dogs.
dude,
running around.
yeah. It's crazy how many wild.
Won't be long
animals
before
we
you have a child that gets mauled or something.
Yeah.
It'd be
Let
horrible.
me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit happens, man.
It does
Oh, it
happen.
does.
Well, all right, guys. So that was a great episode. It went long as shit, but that's okay. Great content we're getting out of you guys. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We got some great information, especially the oxygen thing. I didn't think about that. So hopefully you got some good tips on what to do and not to do in a fire. In short, get the fuck out,
Yep.
basically.
Yes.
You know? So
Close before you doze.
don't close before you doze. Try to fill your house with natural animal products.
Yeah. Good luck.
Not a bunch of plastic
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, maybe if you're a millionaire, you can have a bunch
Everyone's
Bear
gonna be
skin
becoming an
rugs all
average-
over your
average
house.
hunter now.
of yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get rid of your vinyl, replace it with brick or concrete.
There you go.
You know,
There you
and you'll have a fortress built.
go. Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you.
This podcast is hosted by the Project Tribute Foundation. We are a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to aiding our first responders. Thank you for listening. For more information on our efforts, check us out at www.projecttribute.com. If you're a first responder that would like to share your story, contact us at projecttributefoundation@gmail.com. You can find us on various social media and podcast sites by searching the Project Tribute Foundation. 100% of donations are used to save lives, while our retail store pays for any of our operational costs. Thank you again, and please be sure to like us, follow us, and share our foundation with your friends. Thank you, and have a great day.